What is up, everypone? Welcome back to the channel. It's a little dark right now, but that's completely okay. Basically, as I've said with every AU or Discord-related content that I'm currently working on, I'm working on going through every request within my server, my Discord server, where people can request their AUs. I'm going through every single request I have yet to look at, starting from top to bottom. And next on the list was Immortal Affliction 2, Pinkie and Rainbow. And from what I've seen from the comments from the last one we looked at, which was based upon Rarity, this one is arguably worse. Or not even arguably. From what I heard, it's objectively worse. And this one's also a bit longer. It's 41 minutes and 13 seconds in length. And honestly, I'm pretty excited to get into it. I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time before we jump into this. But before we actually do, I'm going to say a few things in the beginning so I don't have to say it at the end. Feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to hear me yap. But basically, feel free to check out the description down below. Down in the description, there is the link for my Spotify. I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to get more people to see it so I can improve more as a music creator and get my music out there, because I've always had a love for music, and I'm really, really trying hard to increase my range for how many people listen to my music. I'm trying to show people that I'm improving. I have a new album coming out on June 6th. I'm pretty excited for it. A lot of the songs on it are pretty damn good. Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, definitely check out the Discord server as well, like I already mentioned, because you can request AUs, meet plenty of people. We just passed the 1100 mark, so it's just growing and growing and growing. But yeah, we are going to jump into the Immortal Affliction 2, Pinkie and Rainbow, Pony Infection AU / Grimdark. Let's go into full screen here, and let's get started in 3, 2, 1.
Warning.
Here we
The
go.
following contains subject matter that some listeners might find disturbing or difficult to hear.
Here we
Listener
go.
discretion is advised.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous, actually. Holy shit.
Classified. For Canterlot medical research only. Patient name, Pinkie Diane Pye. Subject 3. Primary physician, Dr. Quest Colton, PhD. Range of anomalous affliction, 12-13-15-23, after banishment, to 02-28-15-24 AB. Patient name, Rainbow Dash. Subject 4. Primary physician, Dr. Quest Colton, Ph.D. Date range of anomalous affliction, 12-13-15-23 AB to 2-19-15-24 AB. Case summary. The following case involves 2 of Equestria's saviors.
544? Why are they both over 500?
Pinkie, aka Pinkie Pie, age 543,
Damn.
and Rainbow Dash, age 544, simultaneously experienced and suffered baffling infectious afflictions.
Here we go.
Although their cases were originally filed separately, the observations and treatments of subjects 3 and 4 ran congruently. At Dr. Colton's request, their files have been compared and compiled into one case study. The treatments used for these subjects were ultimately ineffective, so the following data logs have been compiled for research purposes in an effort to find a cure. Data log. Hoofstay, 26th of December, 14 days after the end of the Reign of Friendship. The following recording was obtained and later submitted by a Mr. Pecan Pie. Mr. Pie informed staff that the recording came directly from his answering machine.
And before we continue, I just want to start a fight in the comments. Pecan. Thank you.
Attached is the recorded message.
1, 2, 3. Happy heartwarming pie family! Wow, late heartwarming, but we're only off by a day. And hey, we're early for the new year. Happy New Year! Oh, sorry, Dashi, that was right in your ear, huh? Oh no. I just got used to the ringing in my ears. Oopsie poopsie.
Ringing?
Here, I'll kiss it. Oh, better. Cut it out. The family doesn't want to hear that. Think of the Phillies, Pinkie. Aw, those petite little pies all know and love their Auntie Dashie. But I bet I just made them turn up their noses and scrunch up their little faces at the thought of ponies kissing. Okay, Pinkie. It's not that funny. What are you doing? Hey, how are you doing that? I don't know. I just feel all bubbly, swimmy, winny inside. But your hooves aren't even touching the ground.
What the fuck?
Floating. I am. Loving somebody else makes you feel lighter than air. Pinkie. This is ridiculous. Pinkie, stop it. Get back down here. It's not that funny. Cut it out. You're scaring me. Pinkie, are you okay? I think so, but why'd you shock me? I did it. I mean, I didn't mean to.
I have a feeling this is gonna be bad.
Maybe I took off too fast. I told you shag carpets were a bad idea. Maybe all of this was the bad idea, Dashie. We're supposed to be back in time for heartwarming, and now we're stuck in some stupid hotel halfway across Equestria. Heartwarming is supposed to be about family, Dashie, not mourncations to Mount Eris so we can cry about Twilight. Wait, the phone's still recording. No, wait. Press *36. Star what? It erases the message so we can start over. The pies need to hear us being happy and hopeful for the home.
Now, I'm just gonna say something real quick. It was a little difficult to understand it, because I definitely understand it was like call quality. You could hear a bit of static. It was a little difficult to catch it, but Pinkie was just laughing non-stop, and Rainbow just sounded concerned. And I have no idea what to expect, and honestly, I don't know if I'm ready.
Mr. Pecan Pie received a second, much shorter voicemail from subjects 3 and 4, wishing him and his family happy holidays. Mr. Pie called subjects 3 and 4 back within a few hours. He urged them to seek medical attention immediately for the anomalies that he described as baffling and worrisome. Subjects 3 and 4 declined medical attention or advice.
Uh-oh.
Observation notes. Trot's Day, 1st of February, initial intake. At the behest of Dr. Colton, Nurse Jollyhope was dispatched to Ponyville to locate subjects 3 and 4, so they could be transported and admitted to Canterlot General. Nurse Jollyhope found the subjects at their residence in Ponyville, but indicated that neither of them was compliant with the doctor's orders. The following is a recorded statement from Nurse Jollyhope about the encounter.
Here we go. Here we go.
For a long while, no pony responded to my knocking at the door. I was sure they were inside, though. I caught curtain movement in the corner of my eye. Eventually, Rainbow Dash answered the door, but she kept it open just a crack so that we could have a conversation without actually allowing me inside. Her behavior was initially erratic, demanding to know who had called the doctor, and insisting that they were fine. I implored for her to allow me access, but she vehemently denied it. She pressed me for more information, but I relayed to her only what Dr. Colton had instructed me to. To be honest, I didn't really know the full extent of the issue anyway. I just do what I'm told. The conversation lasted less than a minute before the door was slammed shut again, and I heard it locking from inside. I called the doctor from a payphone nearby and was told to wait for assistance to arrive. I was also instructed to audio record any additional conversations with the patients during the journey from Ponyville to Canterlot. Dr. Colton was adamant that the utmost care and gentility be applied to the situation, even though the patients would be remanded without their consent. I'll admit, I was a little more than surprised when I saw Candlelight Guard arriving with the orderlies, but Dr. Colton was right to include them. Without their help, we wouldn't have gotten them back to the hospital.
Nurse Jollyhope
must be
complied
bad.
with the doctor's orders and recorded their second encounter with Subject 4, along with the resulting struggle from both Subjects 3 and 4. Attached is the recovered and restored recording.
Rainbow Dash, it's Nurse Jollyhope again. I really must insist that you let us inside. We're only trying to help.
What do you mean, us?
As I explained before, a team of professionals has had to come assist me in...
Hold on, doctor! There's guards! Look at this, there's guards!
It burns.
What are you gonna do to us, Dashy?
Pinkie Pie? Is that you?
No, you doctor! Tell those guards to get lost! We don't need you or them! We're fine!
Yeah, it's been like this for over an hour. I don't think they're gonna let us in willingly. I think we're gonna need to,
Step aside. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, by order of Dr. Colton, you are to be detained and transported to Canterlot General effective immediately. Please step away from the door.
You can't do this! You can't just force us to... You're on top of me!
What the fuck?
Who are you? Fucking pony! Don't you touch her! Leave her alone!
Calm down, we're only trying to help!
What the hell? She sounds aggressive.
Nurse Jollyhope was unable to obtain any more recorded audio from this incident, as Subject 4 kicked the tape recorder from their hooves, causing it to smash into the pavement. Subject 3 and 4 were eventually admitted into Canterlot General. Data log. Subject 3, Flanks Day, 2nd of February, first day of hospital stay. Primary nurse, Nurse Sweetbee. Tests ordered: spirometry, bronchoscopy, blood analysis. Procedures performed: CT scan. Result: unknown chest cavity growth detected. Subject notes: Subject 3 arrived at Canterlot General sedated. Subject 3 is in a state of upheaval. Her mane, tail, and fur are disheveled, with 26 distinct bruises on her torso, flanks, neck, head, and hooves. Some of these bruises are congruent with the accounts of the orderlies and guards who had to exert force in retrieving the subject from her place of residence. Other
Subject 3's
observations of
Pinkie.
note include dark circles under Subject 3's eyes, sunken cheeks, indicators of malnourishment, and discolored fur. The most notable ailment affecting Subject 3 is her enlarged and misshapen chest. After running the initial tests, it was determined that the unknown growth in the chest cavity was causing Subject 3's rib cage to press against her fur and jut outward. Additionally, Subject 3 has shown instances of shortness of breath and a wheeze akin to fatigued laughter. Dr. Colton has appointed Nurse Sweetbee as head nurse for this subject. Nurse Sweetbee was informed of the subject's hostility toward staff during the admittance process, and was instructed to be accompanied by at least 2 orderlies whenever she was to come into contact with Subject 3. Due to the magical limitations of the security cameras and their inability to capture sound, her initial meeting and observation of Subject 3 was audio recorded.
Good morning, Miss Pie. My name is...
Where's Dashy?
Miss Pie,
Pinkie!
Pinkie. I'm not at liberty to divulge information about other patients at this time. She's okay, Pinkie. We're taking good care of her, I promise.
What have you done to me?
We had to sedate you when our staff couldn't get you to the hospital amicably.
Amicably?
breathing, Pinkie?
Please, please let me see Dashi. I promise I'll be good. I'll do whatever you say.
Pinkie, please calm down. The doctor wants to fix your breathing first, okay?
No! I want to see Dashi!
That's sad.
Pinkie, why are you laughing?
Uh-oh.
I laugh when I'm in pain. It makes the alley go away. But this time, the laughing is the alley.
Okay, just calm down.
What was that? Dashi! Dashi! On the other side of this wall!
What have you done to your bed sheets?
Don't touch that! If you untie me, I'll float away! Dashi was still trying to teach me how to fly!
What the fuck?
I'll never see my Dashi or my friends ever again!
Please calm down. We don't want you to aggravate your condition. You'll see Dashi and all of your friends just as soon as we get you all better.
Liar! You're a fucking liar! Because I can't see all of my friends because Twilight
Is that her ribcage?
in Rarity. Fluttershy. You took them, didn't you? You're doing something to
Pinkie? Pinkie! Orderlies, hold her steady. Hang on, Pinkie. Shh. It'll be okay.
What is happening?
She's all I have left. Cheesy's gone. And she's my Dashi.
Aw.
Everything. Please.
We'll get you all fixed up. I promise. Just rest.
What the fuck?
Subject 3 was sedated after this initial interview for the health and safety of the patient and staff.
What the?
Data log. Subject 4. Flank stay. Second effluary. First day of hospital stay. Primary nurse. Nurse Jollyhope. Tests ordered. Non-applicable. Procedures performed. None. Results. Non-applicable. Subject notes. Subject 4 arrived at Canterlot General exhibiting extreme hostility. While in transport from Ponyville, Jollyhope attempted several times, with different dosages, to sedate Subject 4. All with no success. While attempting to admit the patient, several guards and staff members sustained injuries resulting in bruises and abrasions. 2 orderlies and 1 night nurse are being examined for possible concussions. Observation on Subject 4 is difficult due to the subject's abnormal agility and aggression. Jollyhope made the following statement about Subject 4's condition in his initial and only interview.
Here we go with
It
Dashi.
was so hard to tell. I mean, she looked haggard, sleep deprived, malnourished, like Pinkie Pie. That was on the off chance I could even catch a glimpse of her at all. She was fiercely protective of Pinkie Pie, and kept screaming about conspiracies. I think she thinks Dr. Colton is trying to hurt her and her friends. It was a miracle the orderlies and guards could wrestle her down the way they did. I hated seeing one of my personal idols just so crazed and wild like that. She kept rubbing her hooves on the train's carpet and shocking every pony. I swear, if they had been any stronger, we'd be treating burns.
What? Where
Dr.
is this
Colton
going?
initially dismissed Jolly Hope as Subject 4's primary nurse after hearing the details of the struggle. However, Jolly Hope insisted on remaining as the primary nurse. After all ponies involved in the ordeal had been attended to, Jolly Hope assembled a small group of orderlies and nurses to join him in an attempt to examine Subject 4. At Dr. Colton's request, the interaction was audio recorded.
Good fucking luck.
Miss Rainbow Dash, it's Nurse Jolly Hope. I have some of my colleagues with me here. We'd like to talk to you, if that's all right with you.
Leave me alone.
Miss Dash, I have some concerns about your overall well-being after such an unfortunate ordeal.
I said fuck off!
Miss Dash, please, this is a place of healing, and the doctor and I are very concerned about you and Pinkie.
Where is she? Where is Pinkie?
If I could just come inside and talk to you.
Pinkie! Pinkie, is that you? I'm here! I'm right here, Pinkie! Hang on, I'm coming to find you!
Miss Dash.
Are those taking
Dash,
place at the
room
same
is
time,
locked
both of those
from the
audio calls?
outside, and will remain that way until we can come to some kind of agreement about how to move forward. Miss Dash, beating the door down will not work. Please, Miss Dash, we are trying to help you.
Pinkie! Pinkie!
It's not working. I think we need to...
There's Jolly-O! Jolly? What happened? Oh, Magenta. Go,
What the
Magenta!
fuck?
This concluded the audio recording. The explosion heard on the tape was electrical current transmitted from the metal door handle of Subject 4's room to Jolly Hope's metal horseshoe. Voltage testing was unavailable at the time, but the current is estimated to be over 300 volts and milliamps at the time of the shock. Due to the intensity of the shock, Jolly Hope suffered muscular paralysis, cardiac arrest, and a ruptured limb. Staff at the scene rushed him to the emergency wing in an attempt to resuscitate, but he was officially declared deceased at 1:03 a.m. After the incident, Subject 4 no longer attempted to leave her room and remained quiet for the rest of the evening.
What the
Data
fuck?
log. Subject 3. Hoofstay, 6 of February. 5th day of hospital stay. Procedures performed. 5th torso CT scan. Result? Inconclusive data. Additional test results.
Hyperinflated
After
lungs.
extensive testing, multiple CT scans, and a thorough bronchoscopy, Dr. Colton has identified Subject 3's anomaly as unprecedented lung growth. A sample of a foreign liquid substance that was found to be lining the enlarged lungs has been collected and sent for further testing. Subject notes: it has become increasingly difficult to properly care for Subject 3. Nurse Sweetbee and staff have reported non-stop fits of laughter that range from soft giggling to uproarious guffaws. The subject is unable to speak in full sentences due to the excessive amount of laughter. Subject 3's chest has grown another 3 inches in girth, making
Oh,
the
God.
chest 78% larger than pony average.
Holy
In
shit.
addition, Subject 3 has been restrained to her bed for the past 3 days due to the unexplainable phenomenon of floating. Unless weighted or strapped down, the subject will float to the ceiling of the room. Nurse Sweetbee reports a substantially reduced appetite in Subject 3, and the increasing difficulty of getting the subject to ingest food of any kind amidst the fits of laughter. Multiple asthmatic members of staff have requested to keep Subject 3 out of their rotations. These staff members indicate an increase of breathing difficulty in this room specifically. Mandatory masks worn by all hospital staff do not seem to impede the irritant. Data log. Subject 4. Hoofstay. 6
Got less than 20
February.
minutes.
5th day of hospital stay.
I have a feeling it just gets
Procedures
worse.
performed. Non-applicable.
Where's
Result.
Dash?
Non-applicable. Subject notes. This is the 5th consecutive day that security camera footage has been unable to properly capture Subject 4's movements. Security footage has been duplicated and sent to outside facilities in hopes that the indecipherable images can be fixed and enhanced. Subject 4's current state is still unknown. The subject offers very little information about her condition and has opted to only speak to Subject 3's nurse, Nurse Sweetbee. She only speaks to garner information about Subject 3 and her afflictions. Conversation is short and often emotionally charged. Staff has been ordered to not touch any metal or any electrical conductors in and around Subject 4's room. Metal horseshoes are forbidden on the 3rd floor of Canterlot General. Meals are provided on wooden trays and slid through the slot cut into the bottom of the door. Subject 4 returns the tray through the same slot once the meal has been consumed. Dr. Colton instructed Nurse Sweetbee to record any and all interactions she has with Subject 4. The following clip was recorded at the time of the evening meal.
Rainbow Dash, I have your dinner here.
How is she?
We're going to try to move up the surgery. We don't have the results we wanted yet, but
What?
But we are concerned about Pinkie's chest cavity and the rapid growth.
Can you even do that? Remove part of a pony's lungs. I'm pretty sure you need them both to survive.
The doctor will do everything she can. But let's talk about you. Your speech patterns are becoming increasingly rapid. Are you aware of that? Or...
Wait, doctor? What fucking doctor? That bitch is a joke. I don't even know what Twilight saw in her.
Dr. Colton is very busy helping other patients as quickly and effectively as she can. Hang on, Rainbow Dash, please. We are very concerned about you.
What would you be? Killed a pony, didn't I?
An electric shock killed Nurse Jollyhope. Not you. Rainbow Dash... Rainbow Dash, we just want to understand...
No, Pinkie. And then I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just keep ponies away from me, alright?
At least you worked with her.
Following the recorded incident,
Somewhat.
pony analysts determined Subject 4's speech patterns were changing in acceleration by 10% each day. Subject 4 has continued to ignore all other staff. The following is from the desk of Dr. Quest Colton. For the current case study, all observation notes and data logs between the dates 02/07/1524 to 02/21/1524 have been redacted. Observation notes. Subject 3. Trots Day, 22nd of February, 21st day of hospital stay. At 6:32 p.m.,
What?
staff heard an unfamiliar sound coming from Subject 3's room.
Is that Dash?
As staff rushed to check on Subject 3, Nurse Sweetbee started up an audio recording, hoping to catch the sound that the staff described as a loud, wet bang.
This is not gonna be
Attached
good.
is the audio recording.
Out of my way! Out of my way!
That's that. It's that audio. It's the music that happened when Rarity was going through hell. We need to go back a little bit. I'm going to catch all of it. This is going to be one of the worst parts of the video to witness, so here we go.
Coming from Subject 3's
I'm not
room.
ready.
As staff rushed to check on Subject 3, Nurse Sweetbee started up an audio recording, hoping to catch the sound that the staff described as a loud, wet bang. Attached is the audio recording.
Here we go.
Out of my way! Out of my way! I need to...
Her lungs, they're bursting out of her chest.
The bed, it's lifting off the ground.
She's dying!
She can't control it. Rainbow Dash, calm down. We can't understand the words you're...
What just happened?
This concludes the audio recording. Retroactively, lab technicians were able to isolate and decelerate the audio coming from Subject 4's room. The decipherable dialogue has been attached.
Pinkie! Pinkie, talk to me! What's going on? What are they doing to you? Pinkie, say something! Pinkie, please! Somebody help her! Help her! Pinkie, what's going on in there? Some pony better tell me what's going on right now, or I'll bust through this wall myself! I knew you were up to no good! You monsters! You've been the ones doing all this all along! Pinkie was right! You're all involved! It's just some big anti-friendship conspiracy!
What was that audio? What was that?
An unprecedented
Pinkie?
explosion of electric proportions came from Subject 4's room immediately following this recording. The explosion decimated the wall between Subject 3 and Subject 4's rooms. Staff and patients within the vicinity of the explosion were rushed to safety.
Oh god.
16 ponies were injured, 1 killed. Initial observations concluded Subjects 3 and 4 had perished in the explosion. Large cracks in the walls of the room revealed a
both
continuous
died?
brightly colored electric surge of energy barely contained within. Earth Pony and Pegasi staff and patients were evacuated from the 3rd floor of the hospital. Dr. Colton and other Unicorn staff members remained to magically contain the electricity in Subject 3 and 4's rooms. Staff and patients were allowed back onto the 3rd floor hours later after the threat was neutralized. Observation notes. Subject 3, Cantor Day, 24th of February. Sightings of Subject 3 have been reported by multiple ponies around Canterlot. The subject had not perished as staff had initially believed, but instead had escaped. From these multiple accounts, Subject 3 was described as the following: a deformed floating pony held aloft by discolored yellow and blue tinted flesh balloons.
Oh my
protruding from
god!
the exposed chest. Canterlot Guard have been attempting to capture Subject 3, but have so far been unsuccessful. They report a strange phenomenon observed when ponies are within 100 meters of Subject 3.
Wait. Her lungs turned into like balloons. I'm gonna take a guess of something right now. In this AU, when it comes to the death of every pony, it's gotta be like related to their cutie mark, because Rarity turned into a giant crystal type thing. Dude, this AU is blowing my fucking mind.
Said ponies are thereby afflicted with an uncontrollable laughing fit. These afflicted ponies were unable to respond to any stimuli, aside from Subject 3 herself. Subject 3 will approach the closest afflicted pony regardless of the wind direction. She will then... well, that's redacted. Let's just say the victims, have a very painful death. Plans are being made to evacuate airspace where Subject 3 is predicted to appear. Ponies on the ground are to remain inside until she has passed. Observation notes. Subject 3, Withers Day, 28th of February. Subject 3 was caught and terminated today in South Canterlot. Raspberry Swirl, a local timber worker, observed Subject 3 interacting with another unwitting victim and took matters into his own hooves. In the following segment of the post-Subject Mortis interview, Raspberry Swirl detailed the events
He killed her with
by
a
their
shotgun!
own account.
Saccharin Smiles. It was going after Saccharin Smiles. The Canterlot guards? You know, I expected to go after those useless shits. What are they any good for anyway? Been this consistently useless since the reign of the sun and moon.
Please stick to the events that transpired.
Sorry. Just, I have my own issues with the so-called security around Canterlot. Anyway, the guards were fucking useless, and the Laugh Demon must not have been satisfied with them.
Hold on, wait. I'm sorry, did you just say Laugh Demon?
Well, what else would you have called it? All any pony can talk about is that damn demon going around Canterlot and preying on innocent ponies. Well, guards mostly, and they ain't exactly innocent, but still. Ponies are shitting out gems and laughing themselves silly? Sounds like the work of a demon to me.
I will make a note of that. Please continue.
Well, as you know, Saccharine Smiles is just the sweetest old biddy that ever graced this blue marble of ours. She owns Mama's Pancake House. You know, the one that makes flapjacks as big as your head. I figured she was out getting more flour from the bakery and was attacked on her way back. Saw the demon for the first time and... I gotta tell you, if I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't have believed. It had its own innards all twisted up around them and these big old flesh balloons that would expand and deflate like that's how it knew how to fly. The eyes were whited out with pinpricks, barely noticeable unless you were unfortunate enough to get up close. If it weren't so mangled and pale, I'd say it looks like Savior Pinkie Pie.
You said it attacked the mare?
Yep, same as the stories. Saccharine Smiles was on the ground laughing too hard to flee. The demon was looming over her, ready to, you know, strike. When I shot it right out of the sky.
And I assume you have the proper permits to carry that rifle.
Well, no shit. I may not be from around here, but I have 2 ears, same as you. You're having me believe you haven't heard all of this laugh demon talk? They say it preys on the peace and quiet, and especially the depressed or downtrodden. Ponies are laughing themselves silly over nothing because they think it'll ward it off. I'm not foolish enough to come here without my gun, and you're damn lucky I did.
Can you just describe the aftermath?
Well, there was quite a mess, so I wasn't sure if Saccharine Smiles was screaming from the sound, or the splat, or if she was hurt. Blood, guts, viscera, all the usual. Strange that a demon is made up of all that too, huh? I didn't linger for too long. I rushed Saccharine here, and by the time I got back, the guards had already cleaned it up.
Did the demon make any noises or attempt to speak to you at any point in this encounter?
No. Are you saying that was a pony? Like, they could talk? Wait, are you saying that thing was...
Thank you, Raspberry Swirl. This information has been invaluable. Let me escort you out.
Damn.
After the interview, Dr. Colton instructed staff to conduct a series of interviews around Canterlot to ascertain what ponies know and believe about the Laugh Demon. Dr. Colton is still gathering data on the various accounts and theories, which are to be compiled at a later date. Subject 3's remains have been carefully recovered, cataloged, and preserved for future research. In the past 48 hours, Dr. Colton has admitted 3 of the original Canterlot Guard dispatched to retrieve Subjects 3 and 4 from Ponyville. These patients are suffering from breathing difficulties and abnormal tonal pitch. 2 orderlies have also been admitted, with colleagues stating that they witnessed multiple instances of them temporarily floating. These files are sealed and unavailable for this report. Canterlot is currently undergoing a cleansing process. Ponies are required to wear protective gear at all times when in any public spaces. All non-essential workers are instructed to remain at home unless absolutely necessary. Between the air quality's decline and the continued spread of gemstone growths within Canterlot, It is at Dr. Colton's discretion how we move forward from this point. 3 reports from Manhattan have indicated the situation is no longer contained. Finding a cure is a top priority.
What about Dash then? What about all that shit in the middle that I know you took out? That's where it ends?
Subject 4's report.
Rainbow Dash. She has a fucking name.
Well,
Is that Applejack?
she's
That
contained
is Applejack.
in Twilight's lab for further observation. Or what's left of her. And the parts in the middle, well, it's just staff complaints and subjects 3 and 4 screaming for each other. Do you really want to sit through all of that?
Questria.
It's Quest. You know not to call me that.
Yeah. And it's Pinkie and Rainbow, not subjects 3 and 4. You give me a subject number 2?
Subject 5.
Well, then why aren't you telling me the whole truth? In due time. There's a point to all of this. I promise.
That was a trip? What the So, what you're telling me, right? What you're telling me is it started off, Rainbow and Pinkie had an experience where Pinkie started laughing maniacally. She started floating. Rainbow Dash had to zap her to stop her from laughing crazily. Then, they tried to get Pinkie and Rainbow to a hospital. Rainbow was overly aggressive, and Pinkie was obviously emotionally distraught. And then, Pinkie's lungs started inflating like balloons. And then after that... What? Oh my god. I didn't expect that ending at all. I really didn't, especially because of what happened in the first episode. The first episode with Rarity, she was in a hospital, she was turning into straight like gem or like diamond or something. She was like throwing up diamonds. But this one, the explosion within the hospital that came from Pinkie's lungs, from what I believe, killed Rainbow. And then Pinkie had to get shot by a shotgun, and she was considered a laughing demon? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is a really good episode. It's really good. And obviously what Pinkie went through sounds absolutely horrifying. I could not imagine my lungs being inflated like that, like a fucking balloon, and floating around, and then getting shot and exploding due to a shotgun. And obviously the one dude, right? The dude who shot her, I don't remember his name because I'm terrible with remembering names. You can't 100% blame him. He was protecting an older lady who was out getting flour for her pancake shop or whatever you call it. He was just simply protecting her. And you can't really be mad. And I think his views on the guards is kind of funny, because there's a lot of people who feel like that about like police worldwide and this and that and stuff like that. So I get his point of view. I understand it. But it was just kind of like a funny little kick. And honestly, this was really good. This was a really solid one. Rainbow's death must have been completely sudden. But Pinkie just sounded like she was in a state of terror. But in my honest opinion, I still think Rarity had a worse fate than those two. Because I was watching the first one and I was like, oh my god. And this one, it was still, oh my god. But it was also like, Pinkie wasn't really 100% dead. And she got shot, so she was basically put out of her misery. Rarity straight up turned into like a diamond gemstone type of thing while throwing up, cutting a dude's eye out of its socket, and then dying in a fetal position. Turning into a gem. Every part of her just changed. I think Rarity's part is objectively worse. So like I said, when it comes to some people's opinions on this being worse than part 1, I'm going to have to disagree. I think this one, some people may have opinions on it left and right. Although the shocking thing with Rainbow shocking the door and killing that nurse that was a yikes. That was pretty graphic, pretty brutal, and I feel bad for the guy, but what are you doing trying to talk to a pony who's overly defensive of another pony you're attempting to care for, and she's highly aggressive? What are you thinking trying to open the door? You gotta have a brain and you gotta know how to use it, because if you use it improperly, it might just come back and bite you in the ass. But this was still very entertaining. I still thought it was an awesome watch. It was super cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm also gonna make sure real quick. Yep, I see a bunch of stuff here. It's just credits. There's a few pictures, room art, animation. It kind of shows you all the information about it. Like where some of the pictures came from, where some of the animations came from, and yeah, that and that. But this was a really good part. It really was. And I'm just going to make an assumption right now. It's been 6 months since this video was released. So, if another part ever comes out, because of the ending where Applejack was involved, is Applejack on the chopping block? Is she next to go? Is she next on the list? I don't know. But if you guys like this video, you want to check it out for yourself, support the Lost Narrator. It's going to be linked in the description as per always. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Dislike if you didn't. It's completely okay either way. I really don't mind. If you guys really enjoy the content on this channel, definitely hit the bell icon, whether you're subscribed or planning to subscribe. It helps us both out in the long run because you guys get plenty of content, and I, in return, get help blowing up further and further as a creator upon this platform. We were approaching 100,000 subs, and it's a huge number. It's actually shocking. But anyway, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
Fuck this, I'm an evil person. I keep glitching out, I hope that I hurt him. Fuck this, I have no sympathy. 40's fake, 40's fraud, fake fuckers to be.